What's up, y'all? This is Dennis Sperling, Uncle D, and I want to talk today about converting black dollars or converting white dollars into black excellence. And what I mean is, investing in yourself, investing in your children, so that the money that you make is transferred into the teaching and training of your children and the preserving of your legacy. Fundamentally, my page is dedicated to black men, and the reason that I dedicate my page to black men is because I have 3 black sons, of which you see behind me taking boxing lessons from my good friend Mr. LaFrance, who is the CEO of Boxing for Bullies. We've been working together probably about 3 or 4 years now, and this black man, among other black men, are part and parcel of what I need to help train up my sons to become the men that I need them to be in this world. So when I see things like black men's character being attacked, these are the men that I think about. I think about the brothers that I work with as attorneys. I think about the judges. I think about black men like Mr. LaFrance, who's a dedicated father and a community servant who serves the community with his skill. I think about my sons. And so when you say things like all black men are this, all black men are that, you're not just attacking me, you're attacking all black men, you're attacking my children. And when you do that, you make me have to come out and respond. So there was an issue where a young actress or TV show host made a blanket statement about all black men being something or another. Some unfaithful, who knows? It's just a blanket statement about all black men. And when you talk about all black men, that includes my sons. That includes me. That includes these great black men. My son, my 4-year-old son, my 10-year-old son, and my 13-year-old son, who have had nothing to do with the conditions that you all are in, those of you who are complaining. You put us all in that stew. You basically are telling them that when they become 18, then they're going to grow up in that stew. They are now of the all black men that you're talking about. And they've done nothing to deserve that. So that's why when I hear things like that, that's why you get such a response from me, because I had nothing to do with that. What I think a lot of the things, you ladies, especially you sisters, you got to stop saying all black men. Instead, focus on the black men that did whatever it is they did to you. Put them in that category. And you talk about the specific relationship issues that you have, whether it be with your father, whether it be with your boyfriend, whether it be with your child's, I don't know, whoever it is, your children, your son, your uncle, I don't know. You talk about those black men. Don't say all black men, because when you say all black men, then you're going to bring about a response from black men like me, who are not going to show you the sort of quarter and courtesy, especially if you're a public figure, that a lot of these other individuals will. I don't have that sort of compassion for you when you're attacking my children, when you're attacking myself, when you're attacking these other black men that are around me that have contributed so much to my life. I've never had a problem with brothers. The brothers have always looked out for me, even if it was in the hood. I don't even care if they were drug dealers or whoever. Me and the brothers always got along. I carry myself like a man. I act like a man. I treat people with respect. I've never had any problem with the brothers. And so, when you attack the brothers, even the hood brothers, the so-called Pookie and Ray Rays, I never had any problems with Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray got an understanding. You see what I'm saying? I understand that they're still my brothers. And so even when you talk about them, my question is, you don't like what Pookie and Ray Ray did, you involved yourself with Pookie and Ray Ray. And here's another thing, Pookie and Ray Ray grow up and become construction workers. They become, they become policemen, firemen. They become plumbers. Some of them become doctors and lawyers, actually. Because I know some Pookie and Ray Ray types that practice law, and they're still just as hood and ratchet as they always were. They're good at their job and they're able to sustain. But I don't separate myself from my brothers, period. Now, I understand that black men have do things that annoy you, but I guarantee you there are other men that do things that annoy the women in their tribe or their nation too. You see? But the women in those nations, I hope, would be challenged when they say all of these men, because it's not all of the men. Talk about yourself. Talk about your experiences. Don't attack all of us. Because when you do that, then you're asking for a response. You're asking for conflict. So that's just my opener to this discussion. What I really want to talk about, fam, is look, as a black man living in the United States, I know that there's plenty of wealth to be made. First of all, there's plenty of money to be made. And it makes no sense to take that money and then throw it right back into the system by paying for or buying expensive material things that just are going to get old and need to be replaced anyway. So what I ask you all to do is invest in yourself, invest in your infrastructure, you know, invest in your personal development, but then also invest in things that can help your brothers and sisters become excellent. You see, education, invest in real estate, institutions that'll be there. And then the other thing I want to say is that as a successful black man, you probably need to have an exit plan. And you all are looking at me like, well, what are you talking about? I counsel a lot of up and coming public figures. I know there are a lot of athletes, professional athletes, that follow my different pages. And my advice to you all is, man, get your money, man, and have your exit plan. When I say exit plan, I mean literally exit the United States. Because what happens is, two things are going to happen. That money is going to get sucked back up into the system. And number two, you're going to live long enough to find you're going to go from being a hero to, you know, like Bill Cosby was at one time, to being vilified. I mean, just think about it. Name a black man that didn't start off as a hero that didn't end up being vilified. Just think about it. Martin Luther King. He started off as an outcast, one of the most hated men in America when he died. Then he went to being a hero, having cities and schools named after him, or not cities, but streets and schools named after him in the United States. And now they back to trying to vilify him again, and he's dead. So you might as well go ahead and get your exit plan. Because, you know, if you become successful and wealthy here in the United States, you're a target. As a black man, there's just too much power. Whether it doesn't matter if you're a right-wing Republican black person and you walking around, they can't tell your rhetoric from the rhetoric of the worst of these racist white folks that are out there. You see? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a super liberal black person, that you got these white folks that love you. You know, at some point you just become a target. At some point you got to recognize that. So my suggestion to you is have an exit plan, and that's just something that you probably need to think about. And I'm basing this on my experience and what I see. I myself have an exit plan. And I think that you all should think about that also, especially if you're a black man. You become a target no matter what, no matter how successful you are, no matter how many friends you think you have. You just need to recognize that. You're not going to be able to remain insulated. Either you're going to get audited, go to jail, your reputation is going to get destroyed. But that's what happens when you take those white dollars and turn them into black excellence. But aside from that, and back to my first point, the last thing we need to do is just attack black men, because black men are the formation, that is the foundation. Well, black men in general are the foundation of any country. If you study the history of, or the theory of how Rome was founded, the rape of the Sabine women, there's a story that talks about how the precursors to the Romans went over to this town with all these women, and they basically took the women and impregnated the women. Women made wives of them, took them from the men and the family, and men in that little town, and that's how Rome was founded. So what I'm telling you all is that, and if you want to find a new country, if you want to have a new nation, then you definitely going to have strong men. We have about 2.20 million black men in America, and I want these men to be happy, healthy, strong, mentally sane, financially independent, confident black men. That's what I want. That's how we're going to build a new nation. And it doesn't matter where we land. Your nation starts in your mind, and it grows from there, that idea. But again, I don't attack black men, and I don't like when people attack all black men. You ladies that have a problem with black men in your life, look into the specific circumstances. Don't base how you feel on something that somebody said. Oh, all these black men. You don't know what that woman did. You don't even know why men treat her that way. Maybe she has a bad attitude. You know, maybe she approached the situation wrong. Maybe she cheating. Maybe she's dealing with married men. You don't know. You don't know what the issue is. So don't put yourself in her circumstances. Don't automatically assume that just because she said all these men are like that is true. You see? And it's been, for the most part, black men who've been attacked in this country. You know, black women have a position in this country. They don't mind giving you some crumbs off the table. There's black men that they've been trying to get rid of since slavery ended. So, you know, don't attack all of us. Don't put all of us in the category, because when you ladies say all black men, and you talking about Denzel Washington, you talking about Barack Obama, you talking about Robert F. Smith, you talking about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, myself, my little children that are behind me, their boxing coach, you talking about his son, you talking about all these great black men that keep this country going, these blue collar brothers that are fixing the roads and repairing the toilets and laying the electrical foundation, and the judges and the doctors. You talking about all of us. Don't put all of us in that category. Reserve your criticism for the specific man that you feel did you wrong, and y'all go have that conversation. Stop saying all black men. And so if you're going to get on TV, or if you're going to get on the social media and bash all black men, you're going to have a response coming from you. You're not going to like it. And so that's all I have to say. I don't want to ramble on about this too much. That was just on my heart to say. You know, you got to watch the words you say. You can't say, you can have freedom of speech, but there's a price that you have to pay when you speak freely. People can speak freely back to you. And if you keep bashing black men and saying all black men and putting us all in the category, you're going to get a response. And it's going to be vitriolic. It's not going to be nice. Not everybody is as kind and considerate and thoughtful with their words as I am, you see? And if you want to keep down the problems, you want to keep down the conflict, don't get it sparked up. Because if you look throughout history, ain't nobody that fought black men straight up in the war ever won. I don't care if it's Johnson or spears and sticks or bullets. Whoever had the black men on their side have won the wars. So that lets you know who you're dealing with. When you're dealing with black men, you're dealing with the best fighters on this planet. And I would hate for us to continue fighting each other, especially as black men and black women, because the rest of the world looks at us. You see? Now you got black men and black women, they starting to spark up fights and stuff all across the world because they're patterning themselves after what's going on in black America, and they really don't know what's happening. It's just us against them. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's not healthy. I don't like that. You shouldn't like it either if you love yourself. But either way, I'm gonna continue enjoying my day. Again, I love you. I want to see us get along. I want to see us prosper. Again, my goal is to have healthy, physically fit, mentally stable, secure black men in this country. That's what I want. I want all of you, brother, all 20 million or so of us black men to come together and be healthy, strong black men, mentally stable, physically fit, confident. That's what I want, man. You know, and see, I know when something like that happens, then it's beneficial to my children. Because as long as there's angry black men out there, then my children are under a threat. Because despite what we think, they're not most likely to get killed by a police officer. They're more likely to be killed or hurt by a black man or a black woman. That's who's a major threat to my children, my sons. Because even though they're mad at the world, what they're gonna do is lash out at somebody that looks like them. And so, you know, my interest in taking care of black men is selfish. I'm looking out for my children. That's where I'm coming from. And, you know, you can take it how you want to take it, but as long as I'm here, I'm going to be an advocate for black men because it serves the interest of my legacy to do so. But anyway, God bless you all. I love you. This is Uncle D. I'm out. Please, if you don't like what I'm saying, I understand. You're free to disagree with me in the comments. But I'm coming from a place of love. I'm speaking to you like an uncle. I'm speaking to you like a father. You know, I'm speaking to you like somebody who actually cares about you. I don't care about your label. I don't care what part of the world you're from. I don't care what city you're from. I don't care what set you claim, your occupation, how much money you make. Because at the end of the day, man, when they set us all together, we all in the same boat. Period. They don't distinguish the black man who's a lawyer from the black man who's a homeless man. We all look the same. And when you realize that, you can get past all these different barriers that we impose on ourselves. We all one people. In fact, we all one human race. But we have divided ourselves up into different tribes. And my tribe is as a black man, you know, and it's my job to look out for my seed and my legacy and my brothers and my sisters too. Those sisters who want to come along and who don't want all this hell and this foolishness that's been going on. We can't even get along, don't even speak to each other. Our ancestors would be disappointed in us, I'm sure. But we've come too far to just continue with this internal conflict, you know. But you ladies got to learn to keep your mouths shut. You got to stop speaking your business out in the streets like that. I'm just saying, stop using every opportunity that you have on television to bash black men, because that don't make you look good. All it's doing is making these Latino women, the more you talk bad about us, the more them Latina, white, and Asian women want us. Because you know why? Because that's how women are. They always want the bad boy. So you guys are doing more for helping us. They like, I can take this. So let me get this straight. He ain't no good, and he's handsome, and he's free, and you don't want him. Let me see what I can do. And she's saying that in Spanish, English, Queen's English, Thailand, Thai, whatever the language is. You know, you're not helping the situation, sister. You need to learn to keep it quiet. God bless you. I love you. Have a wonderful day.